US President Donald Trump on Monday spoke separately with the leaders of Russia and Ukraine over the phone and announced that the two countries will immediately begin ceasefire negotiations. An end to the 3-year-long conflict between the two nations would have significant economic, diplomatic, and strategic implications for several countries, including India.
Donald Trump and Putin had a conversation 2 hours long, and President Trump has said that Russia and Ukraine will start negotiations. Now, those negotiations have not yet started, and Russia has said that it would send a draft memorandum to Ukraine to serve as a basis of the negotiations. And Ukraine has said that there are some red lines. So we have to wait.
India is heavily reliant on imported oil and has benefited from discounted Russian crude since the start of the war. According to the Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries, or OPEC, Russia accounted for 36% of India's total crude imports in March. A ceasefire could stabilize global oil prices and improve supply chains, allowing Russia to export oil more easily and potentially further reduce India's import costs.
India imports nearly 80 to 90% of its requirements from abroad from different countries. We have been trying to diversify to Africa, to Latin America, to Middle East, to Europe, especially Russia. Now, Russia has emerged by supplying nearly about 40% of our requirements in the past couple of years, and which has become the number one supplier of crude to us. That has also enabled us, by processing that crude, to become one of the first top suppliers of the processed crude.
Economic conditions will improve, supply chains will improve, and also India can then source whatever it wants from anywhere it wants in Europe. If there is a war in Europe, then the entire world gets affected. Not so much in, say, a remote corner of Africa, but Europe being a rich continent, it certainly then affects trade between different countries, and India is no exception.
Russia is also the primary supplier of defense equipment and arms to India. The war in Ukraine has severely impacted Russia's defense production, delaying deliveries of critical equipment and spare parts to India. A ceasefire could help Russia resume its focus on pending deliveries and even open opportunities for joint production with India.
Well, Russia has been a major supplier and remains a major supplier, and to an extent, Russia's preoccupation with the war has come in the way of, Russia's ability to supply what we want. So if the Ukraine war stops, then Russia will be able to give better attention.
However, both Russia and Ukraine are insisting on apparently irreconcilable conditions for peace, and even a temporary truce has been out of reach so far. The first direct Russia-Ukraine peace talks, held after 3 years, ended in less than 2 hours last Friday, with the two countries still far apart on key conditions for ending the fighting.